Copenhagen traffic, Easy 862 Hotel, ILS, CT left at 6 miles. Copenhagen traffic.
Good morning and happy new year, folks. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the first flight and the first stream of 2020. Hope you all had a great New Year's, great holiday season at that, and are ready to take on the things that 2020 has in store for each and every one of us. Today, we are on the ground here, as the title says, in Copenhagen, on our way to Frankfurt in the gorgeous Scandinavian A321 livery. This is the new livery, I believe, from Scandinavian Airlines. Someone on the FSLabs forums has graciously graced us with their talented repaint skills. Speaking of repaint skills, I have taken up repainting as well, just to give it a shot. I tried out the jet blue mint livery for the A321. Once we get airborne, I'll walk you guys through that, and
Runway 22 clear.
okay, I'll walk you guys through that and some of my experiences when it came to doing that repaint. Very challenging. It was my first time in Photoshop at that, much less a repaint, so it was interesting. We'll get into that in a second. Any event, no ATC on for us, as you can hear. Got some silly folks on Unicom at the moment. Plenty of traffic, though, here on the ground. Let's get into the cockpit and get things going. Speaking of Photoshop, I noticed ever since I installed it a couple of days ago to try out making liveries. That got bright all of a sudden. Since I installed it a couple of days ago to try out liveries, my performance has gone to crap. Not sure if it's related or what. I went through the task manager and made sure I disabled everything Adobe related. But it doesn't seem to have helped much, so I gotta look into that. Probably unrelated, but I definitely have noticed. What are we doing here? Alright, so let's get our DCDUs on. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to use it for this flight. Much of Europe is logging off, as it is their evening time there. Alright, let's see what we got today. Our call sign is SAS 1636. Database. That's impossible. Oh, 35. Whoops. (1636) is the return flight. There we go. Sorry, I cannot do kilos. Pounds, HPA, that can stay. Alright, what are we taking today, fuel-wise? Well, first off, our zero fuel weight is 150.5. $16.9 for the fuel. $16.35. En route time today down to Frankfurt is 1 hour and 18 minutes. Send that off. Fuel 16902. 440 on the taxi. Trip fuel 8654. We gotta adjust this time. We're gonna be out of here at 9. Let's call it 9:10. Call it 9:15. Let's call it 9:30. Why is it not liking this departure time? All right. Not within an hour. That's strange. Zulu time's 8:45. That's 9:45. That's certainly within the hour. You know, I saw someone post about this on the forums, that there's an issue with the clock in some liveries. Am I going crazy? That's so strange. You know what? Let me try. Wow. Sorry, folks. I don't know how to. I don't know what's going on with that. And there's no way for us to bypass this, I don't think. What the heck? Let me set the actual Zulu time and see if that makes a difference. It never has before. Hit clear and line select standard. Okay, I'll try that. That fixed it. Okay, but I don't want to fly at this time. I cannot see a damn thing outside. Okay, so it is an issue with all airframes. Got it. Do you know if there's a hot fix coming out for that? Because I've done about 6 flights in it so far and never had that issue until just now. Alright, we'll leave that at 921. Alright. That's off. But it didn't request. You raised the ticket. Okay, cool. I don't know. It's strange. I haven't updated the aircraft since it's come out. I've done about 6 flights, like I said, and I haven't had this issue before. And now it won't even call the fuel truck at all. Oh, that's a pain. We might have to have to load sheet. Accept that. See if instant works. What a pain. Request refueling that way. That's bored now as well. And here I was saying there wasn't a single bug that I could find. That's strange that all of a sudden started happening today. Alright, any event. Out of Copenhagen, we are on the Nexi 1 Charlie departure. I think we'll take 22 right. And into Frankfurt. I think they are landing west at the moment. Take a look. Indeed they are, so we'll plan 25 center. And that will be via the Cur 25 Sierra arrival. That's no transition there. Got my charts up. Initial altitude on this departure. Top altitude. Initial climb clearance, flight level 070, so 7,000 feet. Set to fast, but it's still taking 7 minutes to align. Interesting. Alright, that looks good. Fuel truck is outside. I wonder how this is going to work now, since the aircraft isn't sending the fuel figures to GSX. Oh, alright. It's refueling. Interesting. Alright, what else is going on? So we got catering going on. We've got our passengers boarding. We've got the fuel truck outside. That looks good. Take a look at our routing really quick. So after Nexon we can go direct to Gimru, so we'll clear that discon. Continue on our way south into Germany. This is an interesting arrival. They've got some strange arrivals in Europe, man. Unless I plugged something in wrong. But why wouldn't you go direct from here to pick up the initial approach fix? What's up with this loop around? Strange. In the event, that's okay for the most part. We'll take a look at that once we're en route. See if we put something in wrong, because that the way it's drawn on the PFD there looks kind of off. What we can do is get our engine out procedures in. Let's pull up the charts. Copenhagen. So out of runway 22 right, you're going to fly on a heading of 217 to 25 nautical miles and hold. So 8kch. Right. 217 on the radio and 25 nautical miles and hold. That looks good. Secondary flight plan in the event that we need to return back to Copenhagen. We will plan, I think the actor is 22 left. We'll shoot the ILS, no star, it'll just be vectors to the runway. Um, NADP2, we can do an NADP2 departure today. And I want to try out the single engine taxi, but I don't think we have a long enough taxi to do that because we have to consider the engine warm-up times. So maybe when we land at Frankfurt, we'll shut down 2 and try the single engine taxi. Acceleration out of 2 to right, 1600 feet, engine out acceleration. Looks good. Let's get our wind request. Good. See what kind of weather we're dealing with at Frankfurt. Got wind variable at 2 knots. Very few clouds. Got scattered at 2, 4 and broken at 6. 0 degrees Celsius. QNH 1028. So not terrible weather, but not great weather either. And then we'll take a look at our routing as well, see if we can expect any issues en route. Alright, fueling is going. Looks like catering has finished. And we're waiting on bags. John, hello. Happy New Year, my friend. How's it going? You missed the first bug I found. Well, I guess I'm pretty late because Akib said he's already submitted a ticket for it. But I was having issues getting the departure time to cooperate for some reason. You missed your sim. Now you see how I feel when I travel for work and I'm always gone from the sim. We'll be back soon though, right? So yeah, so when you go to the official flight plan data and you put in the standard departure time, I think it's supposed to be within 30 minutes. I was putting it in up to an hour. I even went as far out as an hour and a half and it wasn't taking it. So Keep told me to clear that and line select, and then it took it. But apparently that's a bug across all the airframes that they're working on right now. Some issue. Oh, is it because the year change? Is an issue with that? Oh, that's the same issue you tagged me in. I thought that was the they weren't getting the. Oh, I guess that makes sense. That is the same issue. They weren't getting the data. Got it. So it's an issue with the transition between 2019 and 2020. Okay. Interesting, got it. Got it, okay. Alright, I thought I was doing something wrong. I thought the person that the thing that you tagged me in, I thought the person wasn't getting the load sheets. I didn't realize he couldn't even start loading the aircraft. That was part of it. Okay. Why does GSX take so long with these bags? How did I get around it? So you go to official flight plan data. I don't want to do it now because I don't know if it's going to screw it up, but just hit clear and line select the STD. And then put in the time that you want. Yep, that's Fly Tampa Copenhagen. I got it a couple days ago now. Pretty decent. Make what bigger? Oh, hold on. Can you see that? Oh, you have Copenhagen? Okay. I didn't know that. I think for an old scenery it was pretty expensive. I think it was like $25. You still can't see that? Alright, hold on. I don't know, they really made the McDo smaller with this A321 release. Is that better? Vienna. Who makes Vienna? Is that Fly Tampa as well? Oh, that is pretty expensive. Shouldn't affect that you're on the iPad. The words you can't make out. Alright, let me try something here. Hold on a second, I'm trying to zoom in the display capture on that any better? Oh, you good? Alright, no worries. If I zoom it out too far, I won't be able to see. Alright. Fly tomorrow will be a long haul at that time. Where are you gonna fly? I should be able to fly tomorrow too. Full screen.
Mine damer og herrer, velkommen ombord. Af sikkerhedsmæssigt hensyn bedes du sikre dig, at al din håndbagage er placeret forsvarligt under sædet foran dig eller i bagagehylden. Da vi er ved at forberede vores afgang, vil vi bede dig sætte alle dine elektroniske enheder i flytilstand. hvis de enheder ikke kan sættes under hele flyvningen. Større elektroniske enheder, som f.eks. bærbare computer, skal nu også pakkes væk. Vi vil gerne minde om, at dette er et ikke-rygerfly, og brugen af e-cigaretter også er forbudt ombord. Tusind tak for dit samarbejde. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. For your comfort and safety, please ensure that all pieces of hand luggage are stowed securely under the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers. As we prepare for departure, may we please ask you to select flight mode on all electronic devices.
Weird, I can't turn down the
If
PA
your
for
device
some
does
reason.
not have flight mode, it must be switched off and remain switched off for the duration of the flight. Larger devices, such as laptops, must be stowed away at this time. This is a non-smoking flight and the use of electronic cigarettes are forbidden on board. Thank you for your cooperation.
Whatever. What's going on out here? No bags yet? Oh, there they come. That's weird. Sometimes I get it to load the bags while refueling is going on, and other times it waits for refueling to finish, so I'm not sure what it uses to figure that out. Alright, we've got our fuel. We'll send that off. Let's, seatbelt signs can come on now. Now we can get the APU started. $7 a.m. your time. 7 a.m. your time. That's like, what, 11 p.m. my time? Alright, no worries. Just link me when you decide to fly. We'll see if I'm up. What happens coming from another country? The time issue? No, if you're gonna do, so if you're doing a 7 a.m. on the GSX bags, it must be coming from another country, man, because, jeez. I notice sometimes, too, it depends on the size of the airport. Like the other day at Heathrow, we waited, I felt like 10 minutes for the damn bags to show up. That APU. That's still one of my favorite things about FSLabs. Incredible. Oh, the Dash 8 has that too? Here I was thinking only FSLabs had it. I mean, it's just the little things with this aircraft, man. It's just, I don't know, the sounds, and it's not even just the sounds. It's how they've modeled the sounds depending on the area of the aircraft that you are in as well. They didn't just throw a bunch of sound files, however accurate they may be, into the airplane. They literally went in and thought about every single angle and area of the aircraft and the and how you would hear the sound, you know, depending on where you're seated or walking through, both inside the cabin and outside. I mean, as we get closer to the back here, you can hear the APU versus obviously in the front. A lot of other aircrafts out there for the sim, you know, once the APU is on, you hear it at the same volume no matter where you're walking around. And then once we get the bleed on, oh man, it's just incredible. Really love it. In the FSX version, while APU turned on, if you open the doors, you can hear it. Yeah, I think you can still. So for example, even if, let's close the flight deck door and you can hear the difference, I hope, in the sounds.
Okay, baggage handling is complete and the aircraft is clear.
Boarding finally finished. So it was very subtle, but if you hear once the door is closed, you hear a change in the sound of the APU outside. I'm going to open it again and see if you hear the difference. It's definitely louder, especially with the main cabin door still open as well. And even once you close that, you hear it distinguish. There's a distinguish in the sounds as well. So for example, boarding is finished, so let's get the APU bleed on and listen to the way that sounds. So that's pack 1, and then pack 2 just turned on. It's incredible. It really is phenomenal. And that is exactly what it sounds like when you're standing here boarding an aircraft. Pay attention next time you guys are getting on an aircraft. It sounds exactly like that when the APU and the packs are on. Okay, the boarding door is closing now. You should hear a change in the sound. Okay, it was slight, but it's definitely there. Alright, let's get down to business. We are significantly late. Did ATC come on by any chance? Yes, and we have center on now. Great. Alright, I will call him up shortly. Let's just make sure we've got everything done here proper. So we've got our final load sheet. Not a significant change, 150.6 and max zero fuel weight 30.6. Sorry guys if it's hard to see. I'm gonna have to figure out how I can zoom in the display capture. On I'm using a 55-inch 4K television for my monitor, so everything is really up in my face. It looks fine on my end, but I guess on the stream it looks zoomed out, so I'll have to figure that out. Yep, that is done. Check the ATIS to make sure he didn't switch the runway on us. Departure is still 22 right, cool. We can accept that load sheet. Packs off. Anti-ice, what's the temperature outside? 2 degrees Celsius. Light turbulence, and there is trace icing. Cloudy skies. Alright, we're gonna go with anti-ice just in case. This is one simulated aircraft you do not want to mess around with. Do we need both? Yeah, let's do both. Engine and wing anti-ice. Current to winds. 240 at 10. Actually, that doesn't make sense because you don't use wing anti-ice on the ground. So I'm not sure why that would be in the performance calculation. Unless they're factoring that in for your climb as well? I don't know. Must be there for a reason. QNH 1018. Because because once we get airborne, we will turn the wing anti-ice on, so let's just leave it on. And 2 degrees Celsius at the moment. It is cold in Copenhagen. This is the time of year where I'm glad I live in Southern California. Estimated takeoff weight 167.1. And estimated Mach tau 28.0. And we'll do optimum configuration for the flaps. And what's our runway look like? I've never flown out of here, so why isn't EFB giving me a runway length? Oh, there it goes. Oh, we've got almost 12,000 feet of runway. Toga not needed. Oh, we're not that heavy, so we'll send that off. What's this other message? Okay, cool. Alright, we'll wait for those numbers to come through, and in the meantime, to call up for clearance.
Scandinavian Boeing 737-700, he will be passing from your height to left on Alpha. Behind him, continue.
Boeing 737 on visual. General speed will allow it to pass.
Thank you. Scandinavian 2658, flyet foran, venter lige på den anden, og så kan du fortsætte. Okay, great.
Copenhagen, good evening. Scandinavian 1635, information Yankee stand. Charlie 39, QNH 1019, IFR to Frankfurt, please.
Scandinavian 1635, Copenhagen, good evening, cleared Frankfurt, next 1 Charlie, up to the right, smoker 1246.
Scandinavian 1636 is clear to Copenhagen, Nixon 1 Charlie, 2 to right, 1246.
Clear to Frankfurt, but other than that, it's correct. Scandinavian for 1635.
I'm sorry, I haven't had my coffee yet. Clear to Frankfurt, 1246.
That's all correct.
Alright.
Copenhagen Easy, 90 Romeo Papa.
I don't know my destination. Apparently not, John. And I gave him the wrong call sign, too. For some reason, I have the return flight in my head. Scandinavian 1636 from Frankfurt to Copenhagen. I'm jumping the gun here. We got to get to Frankfurt first. Alright, performance. 2 to right, runway dry, NTX on, packs off. 2 degrees Celsius, QNH 1018. That is all correct. 1 up 0.10.
Quebec Charlie, someone more important than you just called. What's that? P3Dv4.5.
Someone important than him.
Very rude low-cost airline. P3Dv4.5, are you able to understand it too?
Boom, boom, boom. 147. It is never a dull moment in VATSIM in Europe, man. 48 degrees.
Sierra 3, Steven 809. Getting report those.
7 Delta 2 flight, clear takeoff into 40 degrees, 10 knots.
28.0, it's a trim up of 0.10, that doesn't make sense. 28.
Scandinavian 1219,
Ah, yeah.
taxi holding point 2
That
twice,
is correct.
make a quick round Romeo and Bravo, holding point Echo 1, course 12.
Alright, that is good. External power can go. Seeing my overlay? What do you mean, John?
Easy 991, could we push the start as well?
Oh yeah, no, I can't see my overlay from, that's only for you guys to see, unless I click on my, OBS.
Quebec Charlie, you able to understand that? Okay, push and start to Victor 5, approach to QNH 1018. We have Victor 5, ETA 5 to return, thanks.
And Copenhagen, Scandinavian 1635, Charlie 39, QNH 1019, fully ready.
Scandinavian 1635, are you able for non-standard push?
Say again, please.
Are you able for a non-standard push?
Not sure what a non-standard push is.
Okay, no problem. Hold position for now, and I got one to push behind you, and it's your turn.
We'll go, thank you. The heck is a non-standard push?
I think you can use standard. Yeah.
Is he referring to GSX? Non-standard push. As you can tell, folks, I don't fly in Europe much. Alright, we'll hold the beacon until he gives us the all clear. I guess we can do a quick before start. Cockpit preparation is completed. Signs are on and auto. Fuel quantity today is 16.8 thousand pounds, enough to get us there. Takeoff data is set. V1 147, VR 152, V2 155. Fluxing 48 degrees. Below line, windows and doors closed and locked.
And then it's 5X you cleared our left.
Yes. Thrust levers are at idle. Parking brake is set. And we'll just hold the beacon for now. John, what is a non-standard push? What the heck does that mean? I think he
Scandinavian 48 Delta in Copenhagen.
He being center uses
Scandinavian 1219 to right, let's say, offense 2476. That's 5X Yankee, 2 to left, let's land with 2476.
Yes, he is on. So hopefully once we get airborne, we'll connect to him and we'll get the rest of our the rest of our directions via CDPLC. That would be cool.
You can go.
Alright, so a non-standard push is not a European thing. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing anything. I mean, I asked him what a non-standard push was and he said never mind, so... Must be a Copenhagen thing.
Actually, no, CR3 won't work. Make it...
Never heard the term? Okay. Neither have I.
Just stand by for now. Scandinavian 1635 will be Romeo to face south, so push and start face south behind this British Airways. 1819 passing from your right to your left behind push and start face south, QH1018.
Scandinavian 1635, push and start onto Romeo, approved face south behind the Speedbird A319, QNH 1018.
Starter 10, descend flight level 100.
Alright, he wants me to face south. 22 right is down here. Why is that 319 facing north?
Zulu, Juliet, Golf, cleared Heathrow, Lango and Charlie departure, 2 to right, squawk 7606.
Clear to Heathrow, via Lango 1 Charlie departure, squawk 7606, and the request
that's not gonna work at the moment, so hold position.
Hold position,
Easy 90 Romeo Papa, just need to know how are you going on with the push.
That is a funky arrival.
I see you're moving now, perfect. Emirates 5 Victor Yankee, that's copied. Standard Micslmn 3000.
Oh, that's a weird push.
Scandinavian 1219, radar contact, climb, flight level 200, direct
Why didn't he
to
just
Bach.
push and face south? And, whatever. Oh shoot, what did I just
Five
select?
Victor Yankee, turn left, turning 7900, please.
Just making sure we didn't have any icing out there. That would not be fun.
Shuttle 41 Victor Copenhagen, that's all. Hello, radar contact, flight level 360, direct to
They
Upgate.
usually tell you to push facing east or west, yeah, or even north or south. I've never, I don't know, it's interesting.
Right, all stations, excuse me, I'll be back in 2 minutes, stand by.
Alright, beacon light can go on now.
Posture check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Brakes released. Romeo. He's not even on Romeo. I'm so confused. Okay. He told me push behind him on Romeo. He's over here on Sierra. We'll just push right here.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start. Please stand by for engine start. Push completed and brake sets.
That's weird. Why is that an echo? Alright, start the clock. We are super late. They want me to wait to start the engines, but
I've grown a hunchback in this time.
we're going to start anyway. Two coming alive.
Copenhagen, good evening, Lufthansa Tango Uniform, flight level 217, to flight level 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we're about to demonstrate the safety features of the aircraft, we would ask for your cooperation in putting down any electronic devices and removing personal headphones so that we can have your full attention for a few moments. Laptops must now be switched off and stored securely until after the seatbelt sign is switched off following takeoff. After the safety demonstration, we will summarize some of the safety information in one of the Scandinavian.
Set parking brakes.
4 over the wings
Right,
and 2
Copenhagen
in the
back.
back. Street floor lighting will guide you to these
For
exits.
confirmation for good
Someone else called just
Your
before
seatbelt
you.
is fastened, adjusted, and
Lufthansa
unfastened
Tango
as
Uniform.
shown. In the unlikely event of cabin pressure being reduced, oxygen mask like these
Lufthansa
will
6
drop out
Tango
to the
Uniform, hello, radar contact, flight level 380,
oxygen flow.
proceed direct 3 minutes.
Place the mask over your nose and
That
mouth.
is
Level
engine 2.
380,
One coming alive now.
Passengers traveling by train
locking gear.
should place their own
Copenhagen,
masks
hello,
on.
none are we able to push now?
In the event of a landing on water, your life
I'm gonna get the yellow ones out of the way first. So
Place the strap
it's gonna
around
be
your
about
waist,
5 minutes.
fasten the buckle, and then tighten the strap as the crew are now demonstrating.
3 November 0,
Do not inflate the life jacket
Easy
inside the cabin.
Easy 5 3 November Zulu, taxi holding point to flight. Yeah, whiskey, Romeo,
There is a
Yankee,
mouthpiece for further
Foxtrot
inflation
and
or
Delta,
deflation,
Oscar
a
12.
whistle, and a light.
Whiskey Romeo,
Infant life jackets are also available on board.
Emirates 5
Ladies and
Victor Yankee,
gentlemen,
turn
please
left
read the
turning
safety evaluation
330.
board located in the seat pocket in front of you. When they
EC85 Quebec Charlie, Saxonic 1 to right, Victor, Yankee, Foxtrot Alpha, cross runway 12.
Yankee Foxtrot Alpha cross runway 30 for
Sikkerhedsbæltet skal altid være fastspændt, og skifter med sikkerhedsbæltet er tændt. Vi anbefaler, at du altid har sikkerhedsbæltet fastspændt, når du sidder i stolen. Vi starter højt ud, og du strøm op og redningshesten er under stolen.
Alright, 2 good starts.
90 Romeo Papa Roger, give way to company A319,
Flaps
left
1.
to right, then follow him via Whiskey, Romeo, Yankee, Alpha, correction, Yankee,
Predictive
Foxtrot,
wind
Alpha,
shear.
2.2 to right, cross runway 12.
Weather radar on, terrain on ND, auto brake max.
Can you repeat the taxi instructions, please?
Yeah, 90 Romeo Papa, just follow the company, we'll hope he gets it right.
Kill the APU. And we're gonna go with engine anti-ice.
EC85 Quebec Charlie, you'll give way to 2 companies from Sierra.
Cool. We'll give way to the 2 companies happening EC85
Ha!
Charlie.
Oh man, this is great. And Scandinavian 1635, QNH 1018, ready to taxi.
1635, taxi Romeo, Yankee, Foxtrot Alpha, Total 1 right, cross runway 12.
Romeo Yankee Foxtrot Alpha, cross runway 12 for holding point 22 right, Scandinavian 1635.
EC85 Quebec Charlie, 2 easy, send the Scandinavian.
Oh, cool. I'll wait a bit more. Easy as a Scandinavian. Game up with Charlie.
Alright, taxi light on. Flight controls check.
Ryanair 7500, good evening, request clearance
This
to
freaking aircraft
Echo
goes,
Delta,
man.
Delta Tango, information, Yankee. Stand by, it's gonna be 1635, you'll give way to EasyJet, passing left to right.
Give way to the EasyJet, 1635. Full up,
EC90 Romeo Papa, you might have gone too
Center.
high, so it's Yankee, Foxtrot Alpha.
full down,
Yankee Foxtrot
center,
Perfect. Zulu,
Full left.
Sierra Alpha Juliet Golf, push and start is
Center.
approved, QNH 1018.
That's full right, center, rudder check,
Yeah,
full left,
from Copenhagen,
center,
1018, facing which
full
way?
right, center.
Face south.
Face south.
EC85 Quebec Charlie, you can continue.
Wings 910 request forward.
Wings 910, you can fly heading 0.
Oh shoot, I missed that turn.
Further in a few minutes.
020, your wings 910.
Whoops.
Scandinavian 48 Delta, contact Bremen radar, frequency 123, decimal minor 25, bye bye.
Alright, I know the IAE engines
AFM.
tend to
Easy.
roll a lot faster on idle, but damn, this is too fast.
Are we all good? The captain check 10 seconds to get ready.
Of course, Roger. Hold Alpha 1 report ready. 90 Romeo Papa, taxi Alpha 2. Scanning 1219, descent, flight level 137.
Yeah, it's oh wait, is this IAE?
90 Romeo Papa,
I think so.
It's covered. Scandinavian 1635, follow
Yeah.
EasyJet to Alpha 2.
Follow the EasyJet Alpha 2, Scandinavian 1635. This is the IAE variant. It's the only one that rolls this fast.
90 Romeo Papa, via Alpha 2 to the right, let's take off, wings 24, degrees, 1
Pretty good takeoff.
They were trotting. I mean, that's fine. You're constantly having to be on the brakes to keep the aircraft from running away from you. I mean, I can't imagine that's how it is in real life. You get hot brakes before you get to the damn runway.
And that's 5 Victor Yankee, turn left all the way around, heading 190, clear our left,
Thank you.
runway 2 to left.
Left turn 190, clear our left 2 to left, Airport 5 at Yankee.
Look at this. Good grief.
Copenhagen, good afternoon, Scandinavian 286 liner with you, flight level 350 inbound direct.
Alpha 2. Okay, we're gonna follow this second easy here.
Scandinavian 2869, genau, radar contact. Clear test B2 Foxtrot for 2 to left.
You don't get hot brakes?
Test
Dude,
B2
I
Foxtrot,
always get hot
left.
brakes. I don't know.
The cabin's finally ready, you're ready to go.
Up 3 November Zulu, roger. Scandinavian 1635, and number 2, via Alpha 2, line up 2 to right.
Number 2 via Alpha 2, line up 2 to right, Scandinavian 1635. Takeoff config, landing lights, TARA.
Right, Ryanair 7500, sorry for the delay on your clearance.
Normal. Strobe on. Or clear right, left side.
Ryanair 7500, I have your clearance, are you ready to copy? 7500, sorry, I have your clearance, are you ready to copy?
And 500, you're ready, please. Thank you.
Nice, 417, roger, call you back shortly.
Alright, packs off.
I'll call you back.
Yeah.
Ewings 910, descent to altitude 3000 feet, QNH 1018.
You let it get to 25 knots? Okay, maybe I'll try that. 25 knots feels like I'm flying, dude. Alright, I will check you guys airborne.
Scandinavian 1635 to try clips for takeoff for 24 certification and so on.
To the right clip, takeoff, Scandinavian 1635.
Easy 53 November Zulu bound departing, Scandinavian A321, line up to right behind.
Francis Barney, by 321, line up to the right behind.
Scandinavian 2869, direct Tano, then it's approved, report back.
Stable.
Direct Tano and report back, Scandinavian 269.
Thrust set, Manflex 48, SRS, runway, auto thrust is blue.
Easy 90, Romeo Papa, radar contact, clock level 380, direct yield.
80 knots, and cross-checked.
Ewings 910, turn left, turning 3, please,
V1.
V1.
Hi there, 417, your turn. Squawk, 4320. 43.
Pause the rig, you're coming up.
43. Easy 53 November Zulu 2 strike, let's take off, it's 240, please, take off to the right, my train. Easy 5 Quebec, Charlie behind departing, company A319, line up to the right behind. Line company,
Front thrust. Pack 1 on.
Om et kort øjeblik, mine kollegaer,
And the wing NCS.
altså det mere CSS plus.
090, Scandinavian 1635.
Og kaffe og te.
190.
Hvis du rejser mere
190,
SAS tog,
Scandinavian
har du
1635.
mulighed for at købe noget at spise og drikke
Eurowings
på flyet.
910, turn
Så
left,
til
turning
mange vil du gå på bagerste side af Scandinavian magasin.
and I there 417, confirm squawk 43.
Som altid får du på gratis kaffe og te. Endnu en gang byder vi hjertelig velkommen ombord hos SAS.
Yeah, I need you to set the squawk 43 to 020. No, you're squawking 7.
First climb, open climb, alt blue. Let's see if we can connect to him here.
Zulu, Juliet, Golf, Taxi, Romeo. Bravo for square Echo 1 to fly across runway 12.
And as always, competency is complimentary. Once again,
Taxi
everyone welcome to
Romeo
Reşade.
Bravo with Echo.
Your wings 910 left 250, cleared out S2.
Let me focus on flying here. We'll connect to him once we get airborne. Flaps are up. Look at the lights off.
Fly heading 260, climb flight level
Ground spoilers disarmed.
After Robert fly heading 1.
After takeoff checklist, gears up, no lights, flaps retracted, spoilers disarmed. Our packs are on. We've got wing engine anti-ice on. We're cleared up to 190.
9500, request clearance from Copenhagen.
7500 cleared, Tegel, CMAC 8, Charlie, 22 right, squawk 5240.
Copy, departure CMAC 8 Charlie, squawk 5240.
QNH, standard set. We'll take autopilot 1 on now.
Scandinavian 1635, climb flight level 360.
360, 1635.
Your wings 910, number 2, following A321. Continue approach and contact approach 119.8.
198,
I think it's Echo Kilo Delta Echo. Hopefully this works. Okay, he's been notified. Icing not detected.
ECA Quebec Charlie, contact approach 119.8. Talk to you soon.
Okay, well, the 9 delayed. ECA, right down.
And those can go.
Ryanair 7500, contact approach 119.8.
Look at that, it finally worked. Good old CDPLC. Alright. We'll acknowledge the alert. And it is letting me know that we are now connected to us, our center controller. So hopefully the next few instructions he'll give us via CDPLC. Through 10,000 feet, lights off. Chime the cabin, release the cabin crew.
AFM. Oh, sorry, yeah, you may call approach 119.8 for your departure.
Clear that. And we'll clear our secondary flight plan. Alright, off to Frankfurt.
Thank you. For taxi, approach 119.8, bye-bye.
Taxi 119.8, Emirates 5 thanks, bye.
Scandinavian 1219 at 10 altitude 3000 feet on QNH 1011, evacuate, cleared out approach runway 265. Copenhagen, Scandinavian 69.
John, did you get to do a flight in the A321? Or did you leave just after you downloaded it?
Ready, descend 130, Scandinavian.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did that Queenstown flight. Man, this livery is fantastic. Had to get it. I don't blame you. I've done the same. I would have done the same. Speaking of liveries, so as I mentioned while we were on the ground, I, on a whim, decided to do a repaint. I did the JetBlue Mint livery for the FSLabs A321. It's kind of sitting there and realized that, you know, we didn't really get one for, or we hadn't gotten one for the A321 yet. A lot of the American liveries were neglected. I think we only got Delta off the bat. An American eventually came along, but there was no JetBlue, so I decided to do one. Downloaded Photoshop, and it took me about 3-4 hours to learn it, and used the base livery for the Delta, and did a JetBlue livery. Took a few tries to get it quite right, and it still needs a little bit of work, but I think overall I am happy about it. If you guys do own the FSLabs, go ahead and check out the forums. It is there. Actually, I may have a picture.
6 Tango uniform online.
Thank you.
So that is the Mike India November Tango JetBlue livery that I painted. Packs. I think which packs are missing? There's a JetBlue sound pack already that I uploaded, gosh, about 1.5 years ago.
Direct ABG Scandinavian 2869.
Tommy Rivers. There's no Spirit's A321 yet. That was the next livery I was going to work on. Or did you mean do it in a A320? Yeah, John, the cabin demos for JetBlue are out already. They've been out for about 1.5 years ago. 1.5 years now. Or are there others that you're looking into that are missing? So yeah, this is my livery. It needed some work still, but didn't really have much more time to correct some of this stuff. But you know, for my first repaint and for my first, you know, real time in Photoshop, I don't think it's bad at all. I did update the reg and the Airbus logo and whatnot. It's a little too big. I didn't take a picture of it yet since I've updated, but that has since been updated.
Copenhagen, you got stuff for me again, ET85 Quebec Charlie, climb flight 190 to Elda.
Hello, ECS5.
Yeah, Tommy, no problem. We can do a Spirit A320 flight from LaGuardia, Fort Lauderdale. We could probably do that possibly tomorrow. We'll fly in the States tomorrow. There is a F&O. F&O going on tomorrow, I think, in the States. So we can do that. Yeah, Tommy, thank you. I think it's relatively good. I mean, you know, compared to the other repainters out there, not really. There's, especially after you download the livery, you'll see that there's some imperfections, but for, you know, considering we didn't have a livery yet, I think it was pretty good. There's my ugly mug. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll get into other paints. Not right after landing. There is a JetBlue. I put one in the JetBlue announcement after landing. The after landing announcement. I put that one in personally, John. Shoot, I forgot we're supposed to be paying attention. He might have given me something via CDPLC. No, nothing yet. Cool. Oh, join me on that flight tomorrow. Okay, gotcha. Let me know, man. Don't really have any plans tomorrow, so we can definitely do that before I head back to work and things get crazy for the new year.
Descend flight level 9,
Descend 90, Scandinavian 2869.
Yeah, that F&O will be way too late your time, especially after you're done traveling. I get it, it's cool, no worries.
Ready for push and start on trans 3598.
3598 push and start is approved, QNH 1015.
That's 10.
But yeah, I've gotten into repainting. I think I'll try Spirit next.
417, contact Bremen, frequency 123, that's 1925, bye-bye.
And we'll see after that.
ICR 417, Bremen 123, 925.
I think I'm entering Bremen's airspace next. Don't know if he is online. Echo Delta Victor Victor. Let's have a look.
Sierra Alpha Juliet Golf. Review climbing to flight level 190.
Zulu Juliet Golf, low again, radar contact, climb flight level 380.
Climbing flight level 380.
No, that center controller is not online. So he'll probably send us to Unicom, and hopefully he'll do it via CDPLC, and I can show you guys the load functionality. Or the loading of the frequency.
Eastern answer, Romeo Papa, contact Bremen 123, that's 1925, bye-bye. Eastern answer, Romeo Papa, contact Bremen 123, that's 1925, bye-bye. 123, 925.
And there it is.
6 Tango uniform, same for you, Bremen 123, 925.
We'll go ahead and silence the notification. Okay, got it. Now let's see our message. So, contact Echo Delta Whiskey Whiskey Center on 123.925.
Traffic and you being much faster than the buses in front of you.
So what I'll do is load. As you can see, it loaded the frequency on standby.
Yes, I can go up if you want.
And you have three options: enable, standby, or Wilco. That's no issue to contact the center controller at the moment, so we'll go ahead and hit Wilco. And send that off. So now Copenhagen knows that I have received his message, and I'm moving over to our other center controller. Center, good evening, Scandinavian 1635 with you, passing through flight level 300 for 360 now.
Scandi 1635, trim radar, good evening, identified.
Looks like we got another message.
Speedbird 463 with you, flight level 370.
Speedbird 463, trim radar, good evening, you're identified, expect flight level 908.
And service terminated, so That's Copenhagen letting us know that we are no longer in their airspace. So what we're going to go ahead and do is
flight level 090 by Repso, starting descending.
disconnect.
Speedbird 463, yeah, roger, copied. Shall I start descending? Speedbird 463? Speedbird 463, expect flight level 90 at Repso and descend flight level 110.
I guess he already terminated that.
Descending to flight level
Let me
110
see if
and expecting
he
flight level
has
090 by Repso, Speedbird 463.
CDPLC in use.
Tom Edge 242, when ready, descend to reach flight level 250 at remet and keep the high speed, please.
There's a couple of these center controllers online. I'm not sure if this one is him. It would be in his remarks. Let's see. Yeah, so Bremen A Center is using.
Easy 53 November Zulu Bremen, good evening, identified. Bremen Radar, this is ICS 45 Hotel, climbing flight level 260,
I think that is him. Let's try it.
ICS 45 Hotel Bremen, good evening, Happy New Year, Squawk 2465. Squawk 2465, ICS 45 Hotel.
Let's see if that works. Okay, he's been notified.
Tom Edge 242, contact Langen Radar on 127.725, goodbye.
That is indeed the correct controller. We'll get an alert back.
127.725. Bremen, moin, Shamrock 39 Charlie, level 370. Shamrock 39 Charlie, Bremen, hello, identified. Break, ICR 417, contact Bremen Radar on 127.67, goodbye. ICR 417, contact Bremen on 127.67, goodbye. ICR 417, contact Bremen Radar on frequency 127.67.
Alright, it's probably the other Bremen controller. No worries.
Airlines 1270 negative, you stay with me, break, ICR 417, frequency 127.67. Bremen Radar, I won't say anything, but on the map at VATSIM there is no ICR. You call, there's only one ICR and this is me.
Uh-huh.
What was the last station calling? Do you speak with me? I said 457. You are ICR 45 Hotel, is that correct? Yeah, this is correct. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, that was strange.
Bremen Radar, good evening. Phoenix 6 Echo Alpha with you, flight 325433940. Phoenix 6 Echo Alpha Bremen, hello, identified. Thank you.
A321 surely does take some time to climb here.
Scandinavian 4 Delta, contact Langen radar on 127 decimals 2, correction decimal 725.
Scandinavian 4 Delta, please repeat.
Scandinavian 4 at Delta, Langen 12772.
Bremen, KLM 71 Foxtrot, when you just passing Mother 200 now.
KLM 71 Foxtrot, Bremen radar, good evening. You identified climb flight level 390.
After 390, 71 Foxtrot.
Wait till you're in
Scandinavian
MMX.
4 at Delta, did you copy?
Oh, MMX.
Contacting Langen radar.
Oh,
127.
Mexico City. I haven't flown there in forever.
Correct.
You mean
Good evening, ED8 5 Quebec Charlie.
the approach or departing? Ha, you haven't done any
ED8 5,
tactical here.
Quebec Charlie, Bremen, good evening. Identified.
Radar 4235.
Man, I can't get over this livery.
Inbound Ramar descent level 160.
Awesome job.
Air 4234 at Bremen radar, low identified. Descent flight level 110.
Continue descent level 110, 4235. Bremen, good. Radar is Sierra Alpha Juliet Golf with you, flight level 380.
Zulu, Sierra Alpha, Juliet Golf, Bremen radar,
Oh,
good
yeah.
evening. You're identified.
Yep,
Confirm which
especially if
waypoint
you've
are you
got a ton of packs, a ton of fuel.
I'm going to Heathrow, Zulu Juliet Golf.
Yeah, Zulu, Juliet Golf, are you on heading, confirm?
And you got some good amount of terrain
Sorry,
around
I'm
there too,
straight
John.
heading
That you gotta watch out for on that
Papa
climb out.
for Mike.
Zulu, Sierra Alpha, Juliet Golf, roger.
Especially on those hot summer humid days. Another thing that FSLabs has modeled the performance of the aircraft or the engines when it's hot and
Bremen radar,
humid.
low identified, climb flight level 250.
Flight level 250.
So you gotta watch out for that too.
All wings 1270, contact Bremen radar on 127.67, ciao.
127.67, Aerosoft 1270, bye.
Aeroflot 2348, contact Lang, correction Bremen on 127.67, goodbye.
127.67, 4235, bye bye.
Lufthansa 811, descent flight level 250.
Lufthansa 811 requesting descent.
Lufthansa 811, descent flight level 250.
250 Lufthansa 811.
I saw a
Lufthansa 811,
post.
contact Langen radar on 127.72, ciao.
Was either last night or this morning that suggests that the sharklets are not too far off. It seems like they've already got it at least modeled. They're probably just working on some of the performance around it.
Langen 127.72, ciao. 127.72.
How long is this flight, John? Oh, he finally called us back. Hold on one sec.
ISR 45 Hotel, proceed direct Neugo when ready, descend to reach flight level 110 at Neugo, just
Okay,
disregard.
we are on with Bremen now. Perfect.
Direct to Nolgo, ISR 45 Hotel, can you please repeat the altitude? I had to descend.
ISR 45, disregard, I call you back for descent.
Perfect. This
Okay,
flight, John, we are landing at.
Good evening, Rainer Summon Tango, Charlie, flight level 350.
Is that right?
6230.
10:57.
Rainer 7 Tango Charlie, Bremen radar, good evening.
A little under 50 minutes to go. 360 is our cruise. Seatbelt signs off.
Zulu Sierra Alpha Juliet Golf, are you able for higher?
Yes, I can go higher, I think to flight level 140.
I don't know, depending on how I feel when I land, we'll
Zulu Sierra
go
Alpha
somewhere
Juliet
else.
Golf, climb flight level
We
400.
could go back to Copenhagen, or we can
Climb
go
flight level
to...
400. Here we go.
I don't know, what you guys think? Give me some ideas. Besides back to Copenhagen, where does Scandinavian go out of Frankfurt?
Lufthansa 5 Echo Romeo, Bremer Lower identified.
KLM 559, reach top of descent point.
KLM 559 descent initially flight level 110.
Descent, flight level 110, KLM 559.
Is it true?
463, shall I keep descending to flight level 90 or hold at 110?
Oh, Amsterdam?
Speedboat 463 for
I don't know if they go to Amsterdam.
Bremen radar on 127 decimal.
But it is FlightSim, we can do whatever we want, right?
767,
Frankfurt to Amsterdam, yeah, we could probably do that.
Speedboat 986, proceed direct Nasat, November Alpha,
quick
Sierra
flight.
Alpha Tango.
Quick up and down.
Direct Nasat, Spirit 96.
I don't have Vienna.
Bremen, good evening.
John. Zurich.
Okay, the 1777, Bremen, hello, identified.
We could do Zurich as well, although I just went there the other day. Probably do Amsterdam.
Bremen radar, turn wake, checking in, passing flight level 203. Sorry, November X-Side 6, Bremen radar, hello, identified. Report your requested level. The requested level is...
Ah, good point. Could try a single engine taxi, yeah.
Charlie November X-Ray 6, climb
Cool.
flight level 250.
Tommy, is it true overseas that don't use brake fans on the Airbus? There are a lot of airliners overseas, yes, especially in Europe, that does not, or they opted not to have the brake fans installed on the A321. So FSLabs has modeled that. I believe that's editable in the config file, just like the ACT tanks are. Like I said, I always get hot brakes, so I'm always going to try to have brake fans on for all my liveries. Especially if you have a quick turnaround.
9 Charlie, expect flight level 90 at Ripso, and descent flight level 110.
It's FlightSim, your rules. Haha. It sure is. You got a little guy on the landing brake peeing on the landing gear peeing on the brakes to keep him cool. I don't know, how much more could it possibly cost for them not to want to install brake fans? I mean, I guess in Europe it doesn't really get that significantly hot like it does in the States in the summer. But could you imagine Phoenix? Could you imagine an American Airbus A321 coming in Phoenix in and out all day without brake fans? You'd be delayed to the end of time. In exchange, he gets free passes to all. Oh, it does get really hot in Spain? Interesting. Company message, who is this?
Continue present heading.
Oh, it's telling us stand. Expect stand Alpha 38. Okie dokie.
KLM 559 disregard, cleared Neugo 15 transition.
Top of descent, what are we looking at? 159 nautical miles.
KLM 559, please repeat
Yes, I did hear it was
KLM559er cleared.
unseasonably
Nolgo
or
15 transition.
rather warm for Germany in the
Yes,
summertime
Nolgo
last
15
year.
transition.
Heard it got really hot. The runways lofted up? Seriously? Look at that Speedbird A321. Passing below us.
Lufthansa 3 Romeo Papa Annabelle.
Oh, lifted up. How the heck did that happen? I guess it doesn't generally get that hot there, so. Another A320 at 390. Where'd he go? Oh, back there. 42 degrees Celsius, good grief.
Lufthansa 819 Bremen, good evening. Identified. Sorry, CBDC not available at the moment.
Roger, request protocol level 340 to 319.
Lufthansa 819, climb flight level 340.
Yeah, PBR is nice. It should, John. Like I said, I rarely have issues with ActiveSky.
60 cent flight level.
I can't think of anything else that would be causing that for you.
90. Confirm flight level 290. 290.
Blocked.
2 stations. Scandi 506, did you call me?
Yes, I did.
Scandinavian 506, Bremen radar, good evening, you're identified.
Yeah, raise a ticket. They're usually quick to get back. Look at this arrival. It's so weird. Is this typical for Europe? Like, why wouldn't you go in
1635 when ready, descent to reach flight level 250 at remit.
250 at remit when ready, Scandinavian 1635. Why wouldn't you
Speedbird 906 Golf, contact Langen correction, Bremen
go
radar
direct from
123.225.
IPA, or whatever that is, to the initial approach fix? Like, what is this? Is such a waste of time and fuel.
127.67, goodbye.
127.6.
Unless it's done that way for traffic flow? I don't know. That's interesting. But I've seen that at other airports as well in Europe. They have some really interesting approaches.
Air45 Hotel, cleared direct Neugo. Cleared Neugo 23, correction, Neugo 15 transition.
What did he say? 250 at remit?
You cleared me already to Nolgo. I said a 45 total.
Air45 Hotel, cleared Neugo 15 transition. Lufthansa 6 Tango Papa, contact
I don't know how busy. John, I get Frankfurt is busy, but Atlanta is probably the busiest airport in the world, I think, last I checked. Even busier than Frankfurt. You'll never see an approach that looks like that.
I said 45 total, yes.
I'm gonna look it up, see how many movements Atlanta has at its peak versus Frankfurt. But last I checked, Atlanta was the busiest airport in the world.
There's a problem, because there's no 145 transition. I said 45 total.
Unless it's done for noise abatement.
Okay, I said 45 Hotel, then...
I guess that's true too. It's probably done for other procedures and traffic flow for other countries and whatnot.
Air45 Hotel, continue on present heading. If you do not understand me, then ask, but do not respond.
Alright, down 250.
I said 45 total. There's only a waypoint which is called Nolgo 3 Alpha. I said 45 total.
Air45 Hotel, please fly the heading that you currently fly. Einfach geradeaus fliegen.
Let's take a look. I mean, this is all
I said 45 total.
This is all Germany. Am I not right? I mean, it's different. Oh, hold on a sec.
Lufthansa 1362, Bremen, schönen guten Abend, identified.
Good evening, KLM 6 for X-ray, flight level 360.
KLM 6 for X-ray, Bremen, good evening, you're identified.
Okay, disconnected. No problem.
Easy 90 Romeo Papa, contact Amsterdam on 125.75, goodbye.
12575.
Bremen, Servus, 285 Alpha Foxtrot, inbound, Paul G. 285 Alpha Foxtrot, Bremen, hello, identified.
Alright, yeah, I think this is all Germany, so maybe they've got the other airports that's the issue close by. I mean, Dusseldorf is not that close, Munich is not that close.
998 Bremen, hello, identified.
Maybe it's for noise abatement purposes, I have no idea, but I just think that's interesting. And I've seen this as well at, I'm trying to remember where I flew into the other day here in Europe, where it was a funky arrival like this. Or it could be that you need to be above a certain altitude around here, and there's no way you could make the runway from that high, so this is this gives you time to burn altitude and speed. I have no idea. I just think it's interesting. Again, I can't think of any U.S. airport where you'd see an approach like that.
Radar on 127.67, goodbye.
But it's cool. That is why we fly in other parts of the world to experience things like this.
Frame radar on 127.67.
Just thought it was interesting. Alright, where is Alpha 38? That's where we're parking today, and hopefully Frankfurt is still landing west. So we're coming to 25 center. Alpha 38 is right here. Alright, we are ready for this arrival. Yes, I think it was Amsterdam, John, that has an arrival like that as well. Montreal also?
Montreal 777, descent flight level 110, expect flight level 90 at Ripso.
Ah, it is very picturesque. I love flying in Europe, man. You guys got a lot of sights worth seeing. Especially in the spring and summer times. Everything is just so green and lush.
Scandinavian 1635, contact Langen on 127725, ciao.
127725, ciao, 1635.
Easy 53 November Zulu, contact Amsterdam on 125, this.
Radar, Leipzig Air 522, checking in, flight level 130.
Yeah, the aircraft was distorted, just call again, please. Sorry, I have to work first. Lufthansa 1401, set flight level 110. There is the traffic not under control and not replying. So, he said now flight level 110.
Sending right now, flight level 110.
8242, contact Frankfurt Tower, 119 at 119.9. Eurowings 8 Alpha Yankee, contact Frankfurt arrival 120.8. Scandinavian 48 Delta from Langen radar.
This guy's busy. I can't even get a word in.
And radar 101 X-ray at Targo, flight level 330.
Yeah, I'll pick you up in a second. Lufthansa 811, 120.8, bye-bye.
No information. Let's get a weather request.
No, Lufthansa 1401, Langen 120.8, bye-bye.
Langen radar
Leipzig Air 522, Flight Level 130. Leipzig Air 522, dich habe ich eben schon mal irgendwo gesehen. Gib mal eine Sekunde. Da.
Wind still variable at 1.
Flight
QNH 1027.
Direct Maxot. Direct Maxot, Flight Level 230.
Landing radar, good evening, Scandinavian 1635, leveled remit 250.
Scandinavian 1635, cleared Kirax 25 November transition. Descent flight level 110.
Cleared Kirax 25 November transition, descend, what's the altitude again?
Make it flight level 110.
110, Scandinavian 1635, thank you.
Lufthansa 6 Hotel X-ray, Langen radar 120.
Down to 110, seatbelt signs can come on now.
120, this is late, thank you very much, and good day, bye-bye.
Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima contact Langen 120 decimal 8.
108 Lima Lima.
That sound pack is really loud.
Langen, Conrad, 4-5 Hotel, just confirming the Inoko 25 November or Sierra transition.
Make it the November transition. It's always, when you're coming via this area on these conditions, it's always the November, unless there's...
Montreal is for the terrain. I guess that's understandable, but for Frankfurt, I don't think they have any kind of terrain issue.
There's a dead area in the transmission, so I thought I'd ask. Thank you.
No worries at all. And Lufthansa 6 Papa Mike,
that is not the weather at Frankfurt.
127,
1027, 1 degree Celsius.
Oh, Leipzig 856, Bremen, 12392, bis dann, ciao.
12392, Leipzig 856, ciao.
And let me take a look at our chart.
Lufthansa 1401, contact Langen 120, decimal 8.
120 decimal 8.
I'm assuming we'll get 7 center. There's no 8s up for some reason.
The same for you, das wieder, thanks for flying.
But that's decision height of 200 feet.
Scandinavian
Alright, very good.
1635, press position, direct Kirax.
Direct QX from present position, Scandinavian 1635. I'll take a shortcut any day.
Lufti 2, Fox Antonio Uniform, wo fliegst du herum? Ich sehe dich nicht.
Bei hier.
Sag nochmal, bitte.
We are inbound Kemat.
Jemand. Ach, ich sehe dich noch nicht, sorry.
Gibt jemand Ident?
Squawk noch mal eine Runde Ident. Ich muss mal irgendwann größeren Monitor haben, so 94 Zoll Monitor. Ja, flieg mal weiter, ich denke dich auch so nicht sehe, was jetzt da?
Okay.
Conda for Papa Hotel, Langen 120 decimal 8, schöne Lange.
120 decimal 8, Condor 4-5 Hotel, thanks man.
See you soon. Lufthansa 2 Foxtrot Uniform, not quite sure if you're my frequency, but now contact 12392.
12392, Lufthansa 2 Foxtrot Uniform, Dankeschön und wir noch gutes Nacht.
Ja, wenn ich hier jetzt mal
8
den
says
Radar
expect
auslosen
25
wäre,
right
wäre
or
das ja auch
25
nicht
left,
schlecht.
not center. So we gotta change that. London radar, can you confirm the arrival for Scandinavian 1635 again?
Scandinavian 165, it's the Kirax 25 November transition. Kirax 25 November.
Kirax 25 November, thank you. And we've got to change this arrival as well.
Lufthansa 8 Romeo Mike, contact, there's no further ATC, there's one traffic in your...
Is he giving us too far right?
In your 2 o'clock position, I guess same destination, this looks like. I would consider for you to take
Yes, they
for the cruise flight number 360. This traffic is on flight number 380. No flight plan, no contact.
Oh joy.
Keep the other traffic outside your cockpit. It's a forward tradition.
radar switch 10 on X-ray, flight level 330 inbound cloud.
Nico, ein frohes neues Jahr. Swiss 101 X-ray.
Alright, cool.
Flight level 320 and press and
We've got to
push
change this.
Direct Elnach, Echo Lima, November Alpha Delta.
Direct Elnach and down to the flight level 320, switch 10 on X-ray.
Alright, minimums are still 200 feet. That's the other thing about Europe. Almost every runway has a different arrival, so you gotta be careful with that.
Latvia 522, contact on Bremen, 123, decimal 225. 1 to speed 22, 1 to speed 22. Ist das schöne Landung. Leipziger 522, 123.
The sneaky men, thank you for the clarification, man. I figured it was for traffic or something like that. Frankfurt has these arrivals.
Contact Langen 120, decimal 8. Bye-bye.
120.8, goodbye, 1635. Landing good evening, Scandinavian 1635 out of 18.5 for 11,000 Kiraks, 25 November.
Scandinavian 1635, Langradar, hello, information, Kilo is current, expect ILS Zulu approach runway 25 right.
Expect ILS Zulu approach runway 25 right, then we have Kilo for Scandinavian 1635.
Scandinavian 48 Delta, contact Tower.
Frankfurt has these arrivals for the high volume of traffic. Sometimes you get direct by ATC, so you don't need to fly the whole transition. That makes sense. That makes sense. Did he say Zulu?
Lufthansa 811, turn right heading 220, clear the ILS approach 25 left, speed 220. Speed 220 no, right, 220 degrees, clear the ILS approach 25 left.
Alright, I think we are set up for this arrival.
Lufthansa 6 Hotel X-ray, fly heading 70. Heading 70. Condor 4 Papa Hotel, descent flight level 70. Descent flight level
We need to get down a little faster than this. We're a bit too high right now.
KLM 1764, I just have to keep you at 100 for a bit.
Stay at flight level 100, KLM 1764.
Lufthansa 6 Hotel X-ray, descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1027. Down 5,000, QNH 1027.
I do have to say though, for VATSIM Europe, there is always 90% of the time, a ton of ATC on. They really represent.
Keep speed to 0 until
It is very rare that, okay, Germany right now, what is it, 11, about 8:30 p.m. on a Thursday. Very rare that you'll find this much ATC on 8:30 p.m. on a Thursday at anywhere in the States. Unless there's a specific event, and even then, most events don't take place in the States, except for on the weekends. So Europe definitely represents with the ATC, the Air Traffic Control Services. So shout out to all the European controllers out there on VATSIM.
Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, speed 170 knots or greater until 5 mile final, contact tower 109.9. Bye-bye.
170 or greater to 5, 109.9. Bye-bye.
KLM 1764, climb flight level 130, contact line radar 127.72.
Climb flight level 130 and contact Langen radar 127.72, KLM 1764.
All right, we are level 11,000.
Lufthansa 6 Hotel X-ray, turn right heading 280, cleared ILS Zulu, runway 25 right.
Right, 280, clear ILS, runway 25 right, 16
Scandinavian 1635, descent flight level 70.
Flight level 70, Scandinavian 1635. 70, open descent.
Lufthansa 1 Kilo Yankee, line radar hello, identified climb flight level 130. Lufthansa 1 Kilo Yankee, proceed direct to Tabo. Lufthansa 811, speed 170 knots, 5 mile final, contact tower 109.9. Bye-bye.
117.5 over 1199.
Through 10,000. Landing lights on. Sean, the cabin crew, indicating our final approach here into Frankfurt.
Code 4 Papa Hotel, descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1027. Descent 5,000, QNH 1027, Condor 4 Hotel. Code 4 Papa Hotel, turn right heading 210, cleared ILS, Zulu approach 25 right. Break 210, cleared ILS, Zulu runway 25 right, Condor 4
Ooh,
Hotel.
turbulence.
Lufthansa 468,
Identified, climb flight level 110.
Login radar, hello, GS163, descending through level 180 for 110 inbound Spencer.
Hagen 13, long radar, hello, identified, information kilo is current, expect ILS approach to far left.
Alright, we're gonna have a nasty tailwind here, so I'm gonna get us slowed a bit. Get approach phase activated early.
65, descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1027.
5,000 feet, 1027, Scandinavian 165. We're below 10,000. We should have been at 250 anyway. I'm not sure why the hell we were so fast. Let's get the spoilers out. Let's make that speed 230 for now.
Airsoft 312, climb radar, hello, identified. Information kilo is current. Expect ILS approach soon, runway 25 right. Expect ILS through 25 right. Solar 312. This was a 1 kilo Yankee, contact climb radar 127.72, bye bye. That's a 6 Hotel X-ray, contact tower, 119.9, bye bye. 119.9, thank you for your service, it's come to 166 Hotel X-ray. Scandinavian 165, turn right heading 230, clear ILS. Approach to 5 right.
Right 230, clear ILS, Zulu approach 25 right, Scandinavian 1635. We really gotta get slowed here. Speed checks flaps 1. Didn't expect to turn so quick. No worries, we'll get her slowed down.
Contact tower, 119.9, 119.9, contact Papa Hotel, next time. That was a 468, contact flying radar 127.72, bye bye. Airsoft 312, descent flight level 110.
Alright folks, I'm gonna focus up here on this arrival. I will see you on the ground.
Login radar GM13, confirm that we're cleared to descend via the Schmetzer 250 transition.
Again, 13, as far as I know there is no descent on the transition, but I can give you a straight in and give you flight level 70, do you want that?
Yeah, that'd be appreciated at GM13.
Guess we had a bit more time, we're still 20 miles out.
Turn right heading 330, descent flight level 70.
Turn right heading 330, descend level 70, again.
Alpha turn around to Santa Ada, so it's not flight level 115 or flight level 110 inbound, and to 5 transition. That's also 8 Alpha, long radar, hello, identified. information key, sorry, Lima is current. Expect ILS Zulu approach runway 25 right.
Expecting ILS Zulu runway 25 right, we'll translate over.
Alright,
312, turn left heading 220, descent flat.
put auto brake low, terrain on MD.
Turn left heading 220.
Lokestar.
Solid 312, you were broken, confirm flight level 70. Descent level 70, and turn left heading 212. Solid 312, negative 220 on the heading.
18 miles to go.
Egan 13, say indicated airspeed.
250 knots.
Egan 13, speed 230 knots.
8230 knots, Egan 1.
Solid 312, reduce speed 230 knots. Reduce speed 230 knots. Scandinavian 1635, speed 170 knots, or greater until 5 mile final.
Speed 170 knots or greater till 5 mile final, Scandinavian 1635.
Mark radar knapp, Lufthansa 1306 past 2,300 feet, traffic 4,000.
Oh, we're doing almost 200 knots right now, so we're fine.
Climb flight level 110.
Climbing flight level 110, Lufthansa 1306.
Alright, we've got the glide slope. Cannot see a damn thing yet, so autopilot 2. And Cat 3 dual is armed.
Lufthansa 8 Alpha, descent flight level 70.
Descending flight level 70, Lufthansa 8 Alpha.
Egan 13, turn left heading 280, cleared ILS, approach to flight left.
Turn left heading 280, cleared ILS approach 25 left, Egan 13.
Egan 13, descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1027.
Descend 4,000 feet on QNH 1027, Egan 13.
Scandinavian 1635, contact tower 119, decimal 9er, bye-bye.
09 decimal 9, we'll see you 1635. Tower, good evening. Scandinavia 1635, 10 mile final, 25 right.
Scandinavian 1635, Frankfurt tower, number 2.
Number 2, Scandinavia 1635.
On our forward to Alpha with call, 5 minutes left, center, clear for takeoff. Takeoff, 5 seconds.
Hello, Captain. That's the cabin secure for landing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
$2,500.
2500 checked, 7 miles to go now. I'm going to hold flaps 3 and gear down just for a little bit. There's an aircraft behind us, which is why he wanted us to keep our speed up. We'll have plenty of time for final configuration.
2000.
Alright, it's 5 mile final now. Final approach speed. Flaps 3, gear down.
November 11, contact report for the hotel. Scandinavian 1625, the wind is calm, walking to front right, east of end.
25 right, we're clear to land. Scandinavian 1625.
Frankfurt Tower, green of Tandem, Lufthansa 008.
Lufthansa 008, thanks for blowing my ear.
His mic is super loud.
Sorry, do you got B now?
Much better.
Much better now.
Alright, flaps full. Landing checklist, gear is down. 3 greens, flaps full. Auto brake low. Auto thrust speed, lights as required. Cabin crew is advising we're clear land 25 right.
Stage Alpha 38 via November 1, November 7,
1000.
1000 check. Slightly stable. No, we're not stable. I thought we were going to break out, that's why I disconnected the autopilot, but no worries. Clouds came back out of nowhere. Just follow the flight directors all the way down. Very turbulent up here. We're actually going to go auto brake medium.
500.
Frankfurt Tower, 13, 5 ILS 5 left.
400.
Runway lights. Land green.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue and landing.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Frankfurt Tower, GS13, 3 mile final ILS 25 left.
Spoilers, reverse screen, descent.
November 11, November Lima 3 stand Charlie 138 for the Condor for Papa Hotel 6. Okay, November 11 Lima and November 3 Condor for Papa Hotel.
Oh my gosh, these people with their mics are so loud.
I'm sorry, do you copy now?
Thank you. Alright, so we're down. That felt a little bit rough.
2155. Thank you.
Frankfurt Tower, Solar 312 on the ILS 25 left.
We'll delay the APU for now. That's way too loud.
Continue approach, number 2. 312.
Actually, we'll turn it on. We're going to do a single engine taxi up here. Say again, please.
Scandinavian 1635, continue Papa, hold shot November 11.
Papa, hold shot November 11, Scandinavian 1635.
So we'll get the APU going first. That way we have some power there, and then we'll shut down 2.
Tower Aegean 1-3, clear 55 left at Mike 2-1. 1-3, continue Mike 1-4, hold short 1 minute, press center. Mike 1-4, hold short 25 center, Aegean 1-3. Sonata 3-1, west 4, 1 minute, 5 left, clear to land. Alright, 25 left, clear to land, last 3-1.
See what I mean, John? We got hot brakes. Always happens to me. Alright, that's our APU. We'll kill engine 2. We'll get yellow electric pumps on. Negative 130. No way that was negative 130. That felt like maybe negative 230. Block shutter. You laughing at my landing, John? Alright, he said hold short November 1. Tires sinking into the ground there. Better than mine? Nah. I've seen your landings. You're pretty good. What the heck is going on with that? Alright, number 2 is powering down. I'm gonna need some more thrust to get up this hill here. Oh, why didn't anyone tell me we had a hill to get up to before I shut down 2? Thank you, guys. I'd have shut it down up here, not down there. Did he call me?
Scandinavian 1635, Frankfurt Tower.
Oh, that was for me. Scandinavian 1635, sorry about that. What's the taxi instructions again?
Wire Papa 1, November North, November 15, November, then Victor 178.
Papa 1, November North, November 15, stand, what's the stand? That's a weird stand.
Victor 178.
Victor 178 for Scandinavian 165, thank you.
13 taxi stand Alpha 15, wire November 5, confirming the first center of Bushel of November. Roger, taxi stand via Alpha 15, November 5, and hold short of November at GM1.
Well, at least it's not rolling away anymore under idle power. So down this hill we gotta watch our speed. Well, yes, that was part of my reasoning for shutting down 2 as well. By the way, it's not taking off like a freight train. Still pretty fast though for one engine.
All stations, Frankfurt North closing, so switch to Lang radar on 1 to 0 December 8. Have a great evening all together. 1 to 0 8, thank you, Lufthansa 208.
1 to 08, thank you.
1027,
29 Charlie Papa.
Lufthansa 819er, expect ILS approach 25 left. Roger, checking your 25 left.
Frankfurt, hello, Lufthansa 008, ready for taxi, runway 25 center.
Lufthansa 1692, landing radar, hello. Continue taxi on November to only point runway 8.
Calling to you, Lufthansa 008.
Oh, Lufthansa 008, sorry. Lufthansa 008, okay. Taxi November 7, November to only point, okay. Oh, okay, stand by your 25 center.
Hola, 312, runway vacated. OH flag 3.
Quality 29 Charlie Papa, turn left heading 280, cleared ILS approach runway 25 left. 25 right, sorry.
Running 280 degrees, 280 degrees, cleared for the ILS approach. 25 right. Still speed restriction or no speed restriction?
Quality 29 Charlie Papa, 170 knots or greater until 595.
10 knots or greater to 5 mile final. 29 Charlie Papa, thank you.
Lufthansa 8 Alpha, wind 200 degrees, 1 knots, runway 25 right, clear to land.
The land runway 200 Lufthansa 8 Alpha, can you confirm that there's traffic in front of us like 1,300 feet below?
Lufthansa 8 Alpha, negative.
Lufthansa 008, understand, clear taxi departure runway 25 center.
Where is this guy going?
7, then November and November 3.
Lufthansa 008, I didn't clear you, but yeah, sure, you can take that taxi.
Runway, good day, Condor 4, note that it's ending 110.
Alright, we're gonna disconnect. That was strange. Sorry about that, guys. I disconnected VPilot and I thought the sim crashed. Paused the entire sim for some reason. John, I just say, try running away from wifey where one foot is cut off. Yeah, I don't know. I disconnected from VPilot and it paused the sim, which is kind of strange. Oh shoot, did I pass the... Yes, that is our parking. I've yet to deboard the A321 at a stand versus a jetway, so this is, I guess, cool. Alright, APU is available. Power down one now. Beacon off, fuel pumps off. Turn off the brake fans. We'll let the brakes cool naturally. One hour and 33 minutes on the block. Not bad. Alright folks, we are down here in Frankfurt. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do this second flight now. Got some things to attend to. We'll be back tomorrow with another stream. We'll do a couple of legs actually in the States. So it'll probably be East Coast. I think the event is in Minneapolis. Nice flight being airport. So we'll probably do Atlanta to Minneapolis, and then oh yes, thank you, John. Let me release those brakes, and I could kill the APU as well and get the external power on. I'll probably do Atlanta to Minneapolis. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the flight, and we'll see you next time. John, safe travels tomorrow. Let me know when you're in, and if I am up, we can do a flight together. Take care, folks. Bye.